Good morning everybody, it's Craig from MobileTechTalk, and today we are looking at the Vivo X51 or X51 5G. Yeah, this is probably my first real look at a Vivo phone in a while. It's got very similar specs to the Pixel 5, recently released Pixel 5. I'll quickly run through those, but this is just going to be a 4K 60 FPS video sample just to see how it handles dynamic range, how stable it is, because I'm not sure whether there is OIS on the main camera here, but I think it's EIS if it's 4K 60, but we'll check that and we'll put that in the description. And I want to see what the colours look like as well between the cameras. I'm taking some still shots whilst I'm out here, and on the screen it looks like the colours are quite similar between the cameras, which is something you don't often see, but we'll check that as well. So a quick run through the specs as I'm walking around this lovely little churchyard here. Lots of different colours, lots of autumn leaves, so we'll see how it handles. It's got the same Snapdragon 765G, not top tier Snapdragon processor, but as Google are obviously happy to do, and many other manufacturers at the moment, then using more energy efficient and adequate processors to power the software experience, which is Android at the moment. Android is a lot more stable than it used to be, it's a lot less power hungry than it used to be, and it doesn't need a flagship processor anymore. And for people that are just taking some social media videos and bits and pieces, you don't need heavy post-processing power either. So I think a 765G is a really good processor for any phone really. It will get pretty much everything done. In my testing so far, it's managing quite fine. It only comes in an 8 gig of RAM and 256 gig storage variant, which is fine by me. It does come with a quad camera as well, and it's quite a nice little, it looks quite a nice little package on the back. I'll show you some pictures as well in the full review on MobileTechTalk shortly. But we're looking at a 48 megapixel wide camera, and that's got phase detection autofocus, it's got laser autofocus, and it's got a gimbal optical image stabilization technology in there as well. So I don't know whether that's going to be working on 4K 60. It may be just 4K 30, or it may just be 1080p, but I'll check that. There's also an 8 megapixel telephoto lens, so basically you can crop in at 5 times optical zoom, I believe it is. You can zoom digitally up to, well, 50 plus I think it is, but there's no real need to do that. unless you're trying to spy on people, and even then the image isn't going to be clear enough. We've got a 30 megapixel portrait, so sort of a depth sensing camera on there, and that's got an f2.5 aperture as well, so that should get some nice bokeh effects. And then we've got an 8 megapixel ultra wide. Now in my testing, that the difference between the ultra wide and the main camera in terms of colors hasn't been too bad at all. So I want to take some more stills in some different lighting and see exactly what that looks like. It does have night mode and some of the bits and pieces, some of the post-processing. As I say, it can do 4K 60 FPS. It does have optical image stabilization on the main camera, and it does have electronic image stabilization for video. On the front, you've got a 32 megapixel wide selfie camera. Now, we'll see just how wide that is. It's equivalent to 26 millimeters, so we'll see just how wide that is shortly. But video on the front is limited to 1080p 30 FPS. All the usual sort of bits and pieces you'd expect. You've got a fingerprint scanner here, an optical fingerprint scanner under the glass, which has been a bit hit and miss, to be fair to me so far. I've only been using this for a couple of days, but it has been a little bit hit and miss. I don't know whether I just need to kind of clear it and start again. Specifically when my fingers are cold, I've found all fingerprint sensors struggle with that, but we'll test that more. The key for me here, I mean, I don't like the fact that it doesn't have Qi charging. There is a lovely glass back with a sort of matte coating over the top of it, which is gorgeous to hold when you're not trying to stop it slip out of your hands. But yeah, it's gorgeous to hold, but that back doesn't lend itself to having Qi charging, it seems. Qi wireless charging, but there is an integrated 43,015 milliamp hour battery, So you're not going to be short of juice, and when you are short of juice, there's 33 watt fast charging, which states it can do over 50% of the battery, I believe, in 30 minutes, which we will be testing. So I'm not going to ramble on for too much longer. It does come with Android 10, not Android 11. It does have dual SIM as standard, which a lot of other companies at the moment are using an eSIM and a single SIM as well, but it depends on your carrier as to whether that's supported. And it comes with a FunTouch OS overlay, which I haven't ever used before. So FunTouch 10 on top of Android 10. Not sure about the name, but we'll see. Let's just walk around the back here and see if we can get some of these gorgeous colours from this church. I'm not sure whether they're going to come out very well, and some of these trees as well. Let's just go around the back and see how it does in the changing of light. So far so good, I think. So let's just take a brisker walk, sort of super Saf style. I'm not going to jog because I'm not him. Let's walk into the sun. Now I can tell you that sun looks nothing like it does on the screen for me at the moment, but I am getting all the details of these houses here, as well as the details and the colours coming through of the grass, but I'm also getting a slightly darker area around the sun as it causes the flare. But yeah, we'll give it a go. There'll be some more still pictures going up on the Instagram account, the MobileTechTalk Instagram account. There will be some lovely pictures of the device as well, because it's an absolutely gorgeous device. Just the feel of it is, well, I'm going to say gorgeous again. It does have curved edges, which some manufacturers, Apple, are moving away from and going back to what they used to have. But I quite like the curved edges. It feels quite ergonomic in the hand still. So yeah, this has just been a quick look at the Vivo X51 5G. The clue's in the name, it does have 5G capability, so we'll see how hard that hits the battery. We've seen other first generation 5G modems causing quite severe battery utilization, so we'll see what that looks like if I can get 5G in and around my area. More to come from the Vivo X51 5G on mobiletechtalk.co.uk within the next couple of weeks, and keep it locked, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe.